I'm Madison. I do the social and community here at Autodesk. And today I'm joined by David and Jason. So David is the CEO and founder of Autodesk, and Jason is the CEO of Rupt. And yeah, we're going to be just sharing real strategies, kind of get the inside scoop from two founders who have kind of done it all, the lessons they've learned, and tips that actually make scaling easier, and also how Rupt and Autodesk connect with one another. I see that Michael, Eric, you guys are here. Super glad to have you guys on board and joining us for this webinar. So I think to kick things off, let me just do that. So Jason, can you maybe just give us like a little rundown of what it is you do at Rupt, what it is that Rupt exactly does and why they exist? And if they've, like what are the gaps in the swag space that you were looking to fill with Rupt?
There's multiple gaps in the swag space still, and there will be for a very long time. But I describe it as we make cool shit. That's literally what I say to people. And they're like, well, what do you make? It's like puppies, kittens, and unicorns. Now, I had a prior business. A lot of people know me from being the founder of Origadio, which was, fastest growing supplier in the promotional products industry from 2010 to 2018. And Rupt is my next go with my partner, Mike, who's my partner at Org. We do one-piece minimum, super high quality goods in the tech, drinkware, and bag sector, all done at one piece from 3 different production facilities we have around the globe. We have one right where I'm sitting here in Austin, Texas, one in Portugal, and one in Hong Kong. And we route orders based on proximity to the 3 different facilities and deliver super, super quick to 70 plus countries around the world, all at one piece with flat rate shipping of an average of like $29, which is pretty crazy, including duty and tax. All of our products are made from recycled material, which is really cool. And David's got some of them and he'll vouch for this. All of our products packaging is second life, meaning our boxes turn into crazy objects once they're done being boxes. So bird feeders to spice racks to desk clocks to greenhouses, you name it. And then all of our products are fully carbon offset too, and we have full transparency in our supply chain, but we make cool shit. Tech, drinkware, and bags all done at one piece.
That's amazing. So I'm assuming, big corporate places, have you seen individuals come to you guys, creators, or is it mainly other large businesses?
It's enterprise. It's enterprise. So we do heavy business in kind of the promotional product sector, and then POD. We are so happy this Autodesk, and this is not a shameless plug. If I wasn't happy, I would tell you I'm not happy. We're so happy the Autodesk integration is done too, because it allows us to open up the floodgates more to the POD space and the promo people and everyone using Autodesk and beyond. But yeah, we do collabs with partners and Shopify stores and you name it. But it's the ability to have anyone who's hosting a website, an online store, a program, you name it, have tech, drinkware, and bags all at one piece on demand in 48 hours to 7 countries around the world of cool shit. So
yeah, I see Eric also says he has a box that turns into a bird feeder. His brother has a blast painting them and hanging them on his patio. That's so interesting. I went obviously through your website. I've seen some of your products that you guys have, and it's definitely some of the cooler stuff that I've seen for branded merch. Like, it's not your average just a mug or something. Like, you guys really do go the extra mile, which I think is so great.
And once you touch and feel it and see it in person too, like my name's not Mike. I stole my co-founder's bottle from across the table, but the mass customization, we do full digital on every single product we make. The unboxing experience is it's magical. The packaging is, I don't know, I'm a packaging nerd. The packaging and unboxing experience is pretty spectacular. I was asking, we have a 48-hour standard production time at one piece from all our countries or all of our facilities, and we deliver in 6 days on average around the globe, which is pretty unheard of, even to India at one piece, which is just
Do you guys ever ship to South Africa? Because I'm gonna, just maybe drop a subtle hint over to my team to be like, I need to test this.
We send to South Africa a lot, but you haven't asked nicely first, and if you did, I would have taken care of you already. So
damn it. Cool. Now I know. I'm gonna, after this, just have a bunch of emojis sent your way.
They're gonna be speakers with mine and David's face on them, but it's no big deal.
I mean, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll do it.
So for anyone that doesn't know what Autodesk does, David, would you mind just kind of giving us an introduction to Autodesk and how would you describe it in one sentence? Because this is something that so many people ask me and they're like, okay, but describe Autodesk in one sentence, because there's so much that we do that it can feel overwhelming. So yeah, I'd love to get your take on what you think or how you would describe Autodesk in one sentence.
Yeah, absolutely. Autodesk helps you get your orders fulfilled faster. We pull orders from lots of different order sources and then run them through business logic for automatically routing them for fulfillment. We have connections to many, many, many third-party fulfillment services, both traditional fulfillment like 3PLs and then lots of print on demand. And that's why we're so excited about this new connection to Rupt, to be able to open up all these new, really unique types of products to our customers.
Yeah, I think a lot of people underestimate like how intricate and detailed Autodesk is. And every time I ask someone from our team to like describe Autodesk in one sentence, I'm always like making notes because everyone sort of says something different, kind of the same thing. And every time it just sounds better than the version that I have. So I'm going to steal that for the next time someone asks me, what does Autodesk do in one sentence?
You got it.
Moving on, which is kind of why we're all here, and you know, like we want to learn more about like how Rupt and Autodesk kind of work together and what that would mean for customers and the public and for brands wanting to do branded merch. So let's say a brand wanted to launch an employee gear shop, or they wanted like, you know, merch for their employees. How would Rupt and Autodesk tag team a process like this? How would the two of them integrate together to make this a seamless experience for users?
Want me to start, David, or you can start?
Yeah. Why don't you start?
So the cool thing about our Rupt, we're built for that. So if a customer is running a store on Shopify or Printful or OMG, Brightstore, like a bunch of different kind of store platforms or employee like pop-ups. I mean, I'm a huge Shopify fan. What they can do is they connect with our team. Michael Beal, who's in business development integrations here. His email's Beal, B-E-A-L-E @rupt.com, or you can email me, jason@rupt.com, or whoever at rupt.com. We create virtual renderings of all the different products, right? So if your client was Rupt Summer Camp, we do the full mock-up with software that does it all really, really quickly. We get you the virtual, you put it on your store. You can also create the virtual yourself. And then Autodesk bridges that connection to drop orders seamlessly to us. So if you're setting up the Rupt Summer Camp store and you put the Hypnosis up there, very specific example, when someone places an order for that, it seamlessly pushes into our system, and then we print and ship it on demand in 48 hours from our multiple places around the world. Autodesk is the integration that makes that happen really, really easily. And then David, talk about how easy it is for someone who's hosting the store to turn on Autodesk behind the scenes to connect with someone like me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's say you're using Shopify. You can add the Autodesk Shopify app, and then your Shopify orders will just start rolling into Autodesk. Maybe you're also shipping on Walmart, Amazon, eBay, any of those. You just make that simple connection. Then those orders start rolling into Autodesk. The only other piece that you're going to want to set up is just set up an inventory item for that Rupt product. You're going to say, okay, here's the SKU that I've got out at Amazon and Walmart and so on, and we're going to connect it to the SKU that Rupt expects. So we're going to make that connection. We put in the URL where your artwork lives, and all that information is going to automatically get sent directly to Rupt, and to make it, they'll have everything they need to get that artwork ready to go, to get that thing shipped.
And I'm sure that, like, if I'm thinking this, I'm sure that someone else is thinking it. So why would I, as a employee gear shop or any person, why would I want to opt to partner with Autodesk and Rupt versus someone else, or even doing it myself? Like, yeah, I don't know if one of you want to get to the why of it.
I will tell you 3 million reasons not to do it yourself. And here's why not to do it yourself, okay? Here's the perfect example. If you're running the Coca-Cola store and you had a bunch of Coca-Cola brand stuff, every time someone comes in and orders a Coca-Cola speaker or Coca-Cola headphones, then what, right? Then you have to submit the order to us manually. Nobody wants manually, with print ready artwork, and then you have to pay for it one off, and then it drops into production. With Autodesk, you put the Coca-Cola speaker up there in the Coca-Cola store. When the order comes in, it pushes to us. We print, ship, and we push back tracking seamlessly through Autodesk to your environment. So you can just sit around and drink Coca-Cola or adult beverages all day and not worry about it. And that's why I love Autodesk. I mean, this is an Autodesk fan club over here, but it's true. It allows us to do what we do best, which is print and ship and create cool shit all day and not worry about the rest. Autodesk handles the rest for the shop owner and for the maker like me behind the scenes.
I think that's what like a lot of people are missing, is the simplicity that goes into integrations like this, and why people should steer away from doing it themselves. Because again, I think a lot of people think I'm going to save money and time and everything, but just doing it myself. But sometimes doing it yourself isn't always the best option. What do you think is a mistake that you see brands making when they're trying to scale like way too quickly? Is there like hiccups that you see like repetitively come up in this section?
For people that are, sorry, I don't know if this question was for myself or for David, but
Either
No.
or.
Go for it.
I'm going to attack it first. In the corporate gift space and POD in general, like people, this is no shaded apparel. It's so apparel heavy. And like having a store with 30 different types of apparel, like there's nothing wrong with that. You want to differentiate on price a little bit and, quality and what the piece of garment is. But like in our side, I'm a hard goods guy. If you look at like our three categories, tech, drinkware, and bags, there's no one really attacking those from a print on demand perspective. Like, so if you're running a store or a program, you've probably got a gap, right, in those three categories. And sure, apparel is going to sell, 5-to-1 over a hard good, probably most likely. But why not keep the money in the family mafia style, right, and add the categories that you're lacking within a store or a print on demand or a program environment and utilize someone like Rupt. So I think a lot of people try to, when they're launching stores or programs or print on demand environments, they go really tall vertically in one like product silo and they don't expand out. But mostly that's because there hasn't been a lot of offerings or people like me to kind of cater towards those other silos behind the scenes first. I don't know, David, what do you think?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Trying to do it yourself. I think me, if you're trying to scale too fast, often has pieces of trying to do it yourself too much. And coming back to what Eric was mentioning in the chat, when you have to do it yourself and you're trying to get everything done quickly by just doing it yourself, you're going to run into lots of problems down the line. So I think it's really a good idea to utilize these tools that already have it completely working to allow you to actually scale.
Yeah, and to echo on that too, I think someone running a front end of a store or an e-commerce platform or whatever, focus on what you do best, which is probably sales and marketing. Focus on just focus on that to scale the business. Behind the scenes, find partners like myself through an order desk integration for us to just like make you look good. We produce and ship, and you just do what you do best, which is sell and market and promote. So
I think that like in the slide, it perfectly resembles that of let your brand shine without micromanaging logistics. I think so many people get caught up too easily in the heavy lifting things and they kind of drop the ball, unfortunately, on some other parts. Jason, do you think, why do you think like some companies or brands, are they investing in branded first gear these days instead of, like I said earlier, the generic, here's a mug or just a t-shirt thing? Why do you think they're like kind of diversifying and using more techie things to kind
I
of
think
branded merch?
I've been in the brand and custom hard goods side of the business for almost 20 years here. And there's been a big dynamic shift over the last, say, 5 to 7 years. It's no longer like the buffet of goods, right? It's not, everyone's been to a trade show and there's a table full of just pens and all sorts of crap. And if you're spending $100 to fill all that stuff on the table and people come by and sweep it into their cart, trick-or-treating style, it's not the best look for your brand. What I'm seeing now is if you have that same $100 and before you're spending 100 items or spending it on $101 items, that same buyer now is taking that $100 and spending it on one super high quality item that's going to be held on to forever, right? So like we're seeing a lot of pop with that. That's where we do really, really well. We're building our brand at retail as well too. It's more the Ruth's Chris or the Flemings of branded goods instead of the buffet of branded goods now too. And look, from a marketer's perspective, if you're putting your logo on, like a Dulux charger here or whatever it is, like you want that to last from a branding perspective. So you don't want your brand to be on a pen that gets thrown in a landfill someday. You want it to be on a Dulux charger that's held onto and used for 10 years when someone's on the road. So
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. David, do you have something that you'd like to add of in the sense of why more companies are also switching towards using tools like Autodesk to simplify their fulfillment process?
I think it really comes back to the automation. Less manual work prone to human error. Autodesk is going to allow you to get where you need to go without any kind of, without that potential for human error and screwing that stuff up. I like what you said, Jason, a lot about the more high-end products that people are actually going to love. If you're spending $1 on something that someone's going to throw in the trash, that's $1 in the trash. But if you spend $10 on something that is a quality product, hey, that's much better. That's much better spent.
Yeah, and also too, like Again, I'm anti-apparel. I'm a hard goods guy. So like, how many like different t-shirts do you really need? Like, I know I see people all the time. It's like give away t-shirts and hats as gifts, and like it's cool, but unless you're like super super passionate about that brand or whatever's on that, you're probably not going to rock it, right? Like if you gave them like, again, shameless plug, like a Findex or something, like it's a product that they're actually going to use, but they'll probably keep in their bag. They don't have to worry about like, I don't want to wear this. Like a lot of our stuff is small or it's made for travel and like fits in a bag and it's used when they want to use it. Like, I don't know. I think people, unless they're really passionate about the brand, they don't want to probably rock it on apparel. They want something that's more subtle and discreet, I'd say too. So.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Yeah, we actually had a discussion recently with, it's more towards band merch, but in South Africa, there's a very big lack of, people don't want to just buy t-shirts because everyone's just doing t-shirts and they often feel so cheap and misused. And the same as when I go to conferences, I see the same thing. It's just the same branded stuff and no one really wants that. It just gets chucked somewhere. So I think this is a very cool approach to branded merch. Before we wrap up shortly, do you have any tips for brands when they want to start out with their journey with Rupt that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yeah, I think the best way to start with Rupt is if you're running like a store or a program or an e-commerce environment, connect with my sales team to do really cool virtuals and mock-ups for you so you don't have to mess around with doing that. Again, we have software that does it all in 1 minute or whatever it is. We get you all those assets, you put them on your site, you build the product SKU on Shopify or whatever store you're running, you connect with Orderdesk behind the scenes to push that data to us. And like you literally could have like a sick merch store up and going in like under an hour if you really wanted to. But I think think about how you're spending money and how you're presenting your brand in an e-commerce environment. We will back you up behind the scenes with kick-ass product to make sure that your brand message lives on. And our tech partners here at Orderdesk will allow for you to do what you do best, which is sleep easy at night, drink some adult beverages, and sell and market your product while we're producing and shipping it behind the scenes.
I love how you just so seamlessly did the integration part of all of them. David, do you have any tips for setting up fulfillment workflows or anything, any tips that you would give to anyone looking to integrate with Autodesk and start using it?
Yeah. I think the best thing that you can do is to, as you're prepping and getting ready for this, is just to put together a spreadsheet with your SKU and where you're storing your artwork and the SKU that Rupt gives you for the product. Put those three things together, and that's going to make the setup process really, really easy when we're getting you onboarded into Autodesk.
Yeah, I think both of us see in our comment section, Michael has shared an email that anyone can use to reach out to the Rupt team. And also we have a bunch of very cool tutorials over on the Autodesk website as well. And our support is super helpful. I think that's something we at Autodesk really pride ourselves on, is that we have a sick support team that are ready to help you guys whenever. If anyone has any questions, I would love to kind of hand over the mic to our audience if there are any questions. Otherwise, we also have a closed Facebook community group, Autodesk Insiders Group, where we share tips, and we also have given kind of a platform for the people so that users can help each other and share tips or ask for advice. So definitely head over to our Facebook community group. Otherwise, reach out to us at support@autodesk.com, or then as Michael put in the links there. I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Beal. Okay, there you go.
You can call him Bell, though. It's fine.
Rupt.com. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I think this was super helpful, and we'll also be sending this recording out to all of our audience members. And I super appreciate the two of you getting to chat about this and joining me.
No problem. Autodesk love.
I love that. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, have a very, very cool evening.
Thanks, guys. Day. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.